Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We are here into round 2 of our semi-finals, and it's going to be Avant up against Chiefs, who have had a pretty decent run of the tournament so far. Avant only dropping a couple of games to Immunity, and Chiefs only dropping one game to the Vox Eminol guys that just got dropped out by Team Immunity. But we are onto the first map, and that is going to be Cash. Second map is going to be Inferno. So Chiefs were the first seed, obviously, so they had the first veto. They vetoed out Nuke, which we unfortunately had a pretty exciting game, or fortunately had a pretty exciting game on last map between Vox and Immunity. But that one's gone. Mirage was vetoed out by Avant-Garde, and not a surprise to me at all, because we saw Chiefs really punishing Vox Eminol last night on the Mirage. So definitely a good veto out there by Avant, and so in the end, Chiefs picked up Cash as their first pick, and Avant picked Inferno. The coin toss went over to Dust 2, knocking out in Overpass as the last map. And I think Avant were pretty pleased that Overpass was knocked out. I've been hearing that they weren't too keen to play that one. So it's going to be Cash, Inferno, and then Dust if we do need it here for Chiefs and Avant-Garde. So this should be a pretty exciting game. Maybe not quite as close as the last one, but every time we've made a prediction like that, it's turned out to be wrong, and it's either been a close game or a stomp.
Yeah, well, you think about it, Chiefs actually were really close with everyone yesterday. The only team they really looked really strong against, was against Vox Eminol.
Yeah.
I guess they had been practicing the most for that.
Yeah.
And they actually drew, I think it was with Nox, or was it with?
Noxious. Yeah, well, let's have a look. That was Chiefs versus Napalm. They drew on Dust, and then Chiefs ended up winning 16-14 on Mirage. So very close.
So, I mean, Avant are in with a chance here. I mean, if Chiefs haven't got their stuff together, as they looked a little bit shaky, they had a mixed bag. Strong sometimes and then weak other times. So, if they can pull out a strong performance, you know, PeetyG getting on some sick frags, then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, there was a kind of whispers that Chiefs had been practicing specifically for Vox. And, well, I mean, it worked out in the end for them, and they knocked them down to the second seed. And then Immunity ended up knocking Vox out of the actual land. So, well, not out. They're going to be in the 3rd and 4th place round, but certainly out of that grand final, which would have been their prize. And, well, it's going to be Immunity and either Avant or Chiefs, depending on how this game rolls out. And looks like we're almost ready. I believe we're going to be heading into the knife round. And, yes, it looks like that is going to be the case here. So let's get that camera onto one of these guys. And, well, hopefully they're going to ready up very quickly. 1 second mouse issues says light step. So potentially going to have a little bit more of a wait here. So we'll keep talking about these picks. And, well, Inferno, we've seen it fairly often coming out so far. Not sure if Chiefs have actually played it. Just going to consult my notes. And it actually appears that, yeah, we haven't seen Chiefs on Inferno. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go up on that one. They did play Cash a couple of times yesterday. I think they won both times. 16-14 versus Archaic one, and the other one was, actually no, they've only played it once. So they won once on that map, and so Chiefs, yeah, they haven't played these maps particularly often so far. So I guess they're going to try and force it at least to the 3. And well, I mean, if they can pick up the 2 against Avant, who have practiced these maps a little bit more than the Chiefs have so far this weekend, well, then they're doing pretty well, and they'll meet Immunity in the final, which is sure to be a blockbuster match. Definitely looking forward to that one. That one's going to be a best of 3 as well, I believe, and that's going to start at about 4:30 p.m. Depending on how we go with this game. If it goes really long, we might have to delay it a bit or something else like that. But well, we'll see how it goes. And still waiting for these players to ready up here. Let's have a look and see. I can't actually see the Chiefs. They're in one of the rooms, and Avant is kind of all the way down the back of the store, so really can't get too much of an indication of how they're going. But looks like we're going to be into the round, and it's going to be the knife round. Of course, they're choosing which side they want to be on, and Avant. Oh no, they're going to restart. Okay, so this one is the knife round. Says PeetyG. Now, obviously, you'd probably be wanting to start on CT side, of course. Pretty much 99% of the time, you'd be picking CT side, rather. So, let's see how this knife round turns out.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be deciding who gets it. I don't really know who's looking forward to picking this one up the most.
Yeah, this is live for those asking, and it's going to be the knife round coming out here. Avant appear to be getting the upper hand at the moment, and Chiefs Well, there are 2 guys left. Picks up 1. That is Zusi. So it's 2v3, and I don't expect that they should be able to take this one out. I was speaking to both the teams before, actually it was last night about the knife round, and Avant said, well, they haven't really practiced anything for the knife round, and I think they said they've won only 2 knife rounds as a team. So, well, this could potentially be the 3rd for them, and that's going to be a big deal. Zusi going forward, and I mean, this is a very long knife round. It looks like both teams just waiting for the other to make a move and throwing a few items at each other, and Dizzy Life going to be caught out there, and seems like Avant are very pleased with that one, perhaps not expecting to win that knife round.
Oh, Petey's pleased with whatever rounds he can pick up these days. So.
Oh.
No, he's great. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do with that. They'll have obviously the side that they want to pick, and we'll see what they decide. Did they decide to stay? Yeah, stay. So we'll see how they go with CT, and be interesting to see how they go.
Yep, they have decided to go CT, which is not a surprise to anyone, I would imagine, and we'll be heading out for the pistol round as soon as these guys are ready, and it looks like we are going to be going. A lot of knifing going on there, so let's have a look at where these guys do decide to go. Of course, the Avant guy is going to have a little bit of an advantage in the kind of range battle, but once the terrorists close that gap, it's going to be really in the favor of the terrorists, and now we should be pretty ready for this knife round. Not even knife round, the pistol round. Okie dokie. I think this one is live, so it's going to be Avant going for a 2-3 split, 3 on the A side. No one even looking at middle. So if Chiefs can get in there, they might be able to pick something up, some positioning up, and it looks like they are instead going to be focusing towards the A site, and they're going to have to deal with Chris and the other player that is Sheep on that A site, and they're just rushing straight out here. Dizzy Life picks one up, and Chris finally does manage to take 1 entry frag, but this is a pretty good entry from, well, it was a good entry from Chiefs, but as I speak, they just lost a couple of players. It is 2v2 now once again. Chris has been going pretty strong this round. He's picked up 2 kills, still has a grenade, and of course has a defuse kit as well, so this does not look like a fantastic round for Chiefs. Let's see if Dizzy can pick up any of these frags for himself. Haz is very low. Oh, Chris whiffs the nade. But Dizzy, he's in a tough position and finally gets taken down by Avant. And I think... Oh, I wonder if you guys could hear that, but Petey is getting extremely keen. And this could be a very interesting match if we see Avant starting to pick up a bit of momentum. I think we're going to have probably the loudest cheers of the event so far. But well, we see Avant taking out that first round, and 2 Mag 7s being picked up for them on their first buy round, and Chris picking up the M4, did pick up a few kills in the last round, which allowed him to pick up that more expensive weapon, I guess you could say. There's not a huge amount of grenades out. They're pretty much mostly flashes and a couple of decoys as well, but it looks like a bit of trading going out across here. PeetyG picks up 2 with the Mag 7. In fact, Zusi finally manages to trade him out, and it looks like B-site is the one of choice for the Chiefs, but the bomb still hasn't quite gone down yet. I think it's going to be placed momentarily there by Lightstep. He's going to place it. Dev tries to peek out of the window there and take him down, but unfortunately was hidden there. But Sheep picks one up with his mag as well. So those weapons making a lot of money. I think they give you about $900 for each kill. So PeetyG picked up 2 and Sheep picked up 1. So a lot of money going to be going over to Avant. And a successful round for them. Despite losing 4, they have picked up quite a lot of money off that one. Let's have a look at their bank. PeetyG sitting on 1,800. Of course, they're going to get the... bonus off that win as well. So they're sitting all right. They're going to be able to pick up a bit of items and weapons and that sort of thing. Chiefs, of course, going to be forced to eco here. Yeah,
this is exactly the start that Avant wanted. They've got the potential to go 3-0 here, and Petey is getting super excited. So we'll see how they maintain this aggression throughout the series, but they are looking pretty good at the moment.
That's right, and they do have the weapon advantage coming into this one. Chiefs picking up all those pistols that they, so familiar with. And Chiefs have had some pretty decent pistol rounds so far, but unfortunately we're losing that one to Avant, and now they're going to be forced into a pretty tough position for themselves. But it is going to be the 3rd round coming out here. We should see Chiefs probably try to get onto that A site relatively soon, but Sheep's going to say no dice and picks up 2, but is getting traded out there by Dizzy and Ofnu, so it's 3v3. The weapons, Dizzy going to pick up 1 M4, and so there's at least an item or a weapon advantage now, at least going in the way of Chiefs, that they have dropped that third kill down onto Avant, and, well, PeetyG not going to be particularly useful with that Mag 7, and at this kind of range, he needs to close it in, and it looks like he's getting in there towards the red crate. Chris as well is there, and PeetyG picks up the one playing bomb, two playing quad, and Chris takes them down. Fantastic round coming out there, and wow, Avant, definitely every round they pick up, they're going pretty hype mode, so, well, we'll see what happens now in the first buy round.
Yeah, that was a great early play by Sheep. He got on top of those boxes and picked up 2 of them as they walked through. He almost got a 3rd or 4th. They're on pretty low HP, but it was a great little positional play. And he probably can only do that a couple of times before they really look there early. And we'll see if he does it again.
So Dizzy has picked up that AWP, and we've seen him be quite effective with it on, well, actually last night. But unfortunately, it just gets taken out there by Dev with the M4. So no AWP for him, but Lightstep, the secondary AWPer for Chiefs, is going to be able to pick that one up, and we'll see what he can do with that as well. He probably wasn't quite as impressive as Dizzy with the AWP last night, but Dizzy, as you know, as I keep going on about, pretty much carried Chiefs through Mirage against Vox. He was going absolutely massive, and well, I mean, he's a player to watch, I would expect. I mean, all of Chiefs are quite strong, so I would expect, you know, with a little bit more LAN experience, they're going to be one of the top sides, and they still do have an opportunity to even take this LAN out if they do manage to take out Avant here, and then, of course, Immunity in the grand finals. Avant as well, I mean, they're on a roll at the moment, so if they can take down Chiefs, they're going to be up against Immunity in those finals as well, and they're doing all the right things at the moment. Chris picks up another kill for himself, putting him up to, well, let's see what he's got, 8 kills. So that's quite a lot. And only 1 death, so he's doing fantastically for himself so far. PeetyG going to be holding on to that B site. Dev is going to be the one defending the A site, though. Zeusy running in. Sheep picks up 1 kill. Dev picks up Zeusy. Ofnu takes 2 down, but he is going to be very tagged up through that smoke. I don't know if he realizes how much damage he did to him, but it doesn't matter. The Sheep is going to be killing people with that AWP, and, well, Avant picking up another round, and every time I think they get around, they get even louder. So, well, I mean, if they see 15 rounds in a row, I think we'll probably blow a hole in the roof or something like that.
Well, I mean, we're already 4 rounds in, and Petey's on to starting singing songs, so 15 might be a bit of a streak through here, I think. But they have looked super strong. Sheep has looked very, very solid on his A-side holds. And Chris, as you said, 8-1 before. He's playing extraordinary this round.
Chiefs, they don't want to lose this one. They have kind of bought up a little bit. And, ooh, the first grenade going to take out Dizzy Life. I think that was a double nade from Sheep and Chris. And, yep, Dizzy Life copping the brunt of that. So a 4v5 situation immediately for the terrorist side. And that's not what you want to see. You don't want to be pushing in at a disadvantage. And if you can do anything, you'd at least want to be trading 4 and going 4 against 4. But Chiefs going to be trying to enter this site. Sheep again playing at quad with that AWP is going to be taken down by Ofnu. Ofnu picking up 2 frags for himself, has come up huge so far on these entries. Unfortunately, Chiefs haven't really been able to follow up on that fantastic play from him, but looks like Dev is going to be shutting down that one from the Chiefs again, and Lightstep, the only one alive, is on 32 HP. USP is out for Haz, and he's trying to do what he can against Lightstep, but, oh, PeetyG coming in there on the backup, and it's going to be 5 rounds in a row for Avant.
Wow, that was a really good play. You know, Snakewell just holding that back, trying to peek out and see one, but they had good positioning. They put slightly offset, 1 up high, 1 up low, and they were able to pick him off as soon as he poked his head out.
Yep. So, I mean, for those of you who don't know, Sheep is actually a competitive, or was a competitive TF2 player, and used to play for Immunity, undoubtedly the best Australian TF2 team. They've competed overseas twice, I believe, in the last few years, and Sheep was with them both times. He was the scout and also their sniper when that was required, and he was just one of the better snipers in the world, and certainly in Australia as well. So he's definitely transferring those skills over here. The competitive element of those both games is going to be very strong for him, and he's not going to have any problems with the LAN. I mean, he's very used to competitive video games as well. So certainly in his element at the moment, doing well for himself. And it's great to see these guys coming from, different games and making a name for themselves pretty quickly into, the next games they play. PeetyG is going to be boosted up here on the B side, but isn't going to find the headshot there. Had a bit of intel and was able to try and take a shot, but didn't manage to land it. So Zeusy playing mid. It's going to be Chiefs having to look to make a move. The bomb's still sitting there in garage. They're going to have to pick that up. It's probably going to be Nova on that one, but Haz takes another kill onto Dizzy Life, and this is a fantastic situation for Avant even. They shouldn't really be losing the round from here, and the double AWP setup starting to get rolling as well. PeetyG has got that one. I've seen him do some pretty fantastic stuff with the AWP as well. So Chris, and as we speak, is going to take another one down. And just slowly but surely, Chiefs dying one by one.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen much of Petey with the AWP, but these guys all have the skill to do it. I saw yesterday with Chiefs playing, I think it was Zeusy dropped back to using an AWP, and he was, pretty close to being just as good as the other two. I really do like the Chiefs setup when they have CT side at double AWPs, but of course they're on Terra side now, and it looks like Avant are going to be running that sort of comp right now, and they just wait that one out and get the win.
Yep, so Avant really on a roll at the moment. 6 rounds in a row, and, well, Chiefs definitely need to pick up a few more rounds in this half. They want to probably be looking at least 5 rounds on the Terra side. Not sure exactly what Petey's yelling about. We are just sitting here with the item buy at the moment, so maybe he was really happy that he bought an M4 or something like that and gave the AWP over to Haz. But certainly getting excited, and it's fun to see. The atmosphere here at GUF is fantastic. If you want to come down and watch, we're going to be here all night still, probably till about 7:30. That's what our schedule says anyway, so you can come down here. We're in the Fortitude Valley at GUF Brisbane. Come have a spectate. There's plenty of people around, plenty of people to talk to, and plenty of games to watch still. So definitely an atmosphere that you would want to come to if you're close by in Brisbane. Yeah,
I mean, it's been a fantastic event, and we are seeing a bit of a slow start here for Chiefs. They're just sort of taking this nice and slow to get into the site and see if they can sort of get a plant. They've planted actually most of their rounds so far, but gotten defused every time. So Petey's actually picking up another one and going ham. So
right, let's see what the option for the Chiefs here is. Haz picks up one AWP with the AWP from the B site, and I mean, Chiefs don't have a huge amount of time. They've got enough to rotate, but it looks like they're going to be heading into that B site. Nova picks up one, but Haz takes down 2 before that, and Haz gets a 3rd. So now Nova, the only man alive, is going to be taken down by Dev, and again, Petey is singing some songs.
They are ecstatic right about now. I mean, they've just got the AWP still. They managed to pick one up. They're going for 2 AWPs again. I think that's probably a worthwhile hold on CT on this map. And, back to eco round for Chiefs. This is not looking good for them.
Not at all. And, I mean, if they can pick up one round, you would probably think they might be able to roll it in and get a little bit of a momentum going. But not to be the case so far at the moment. But Avant, whoa, Shape picking up one through the smoke. He should be able to find another one, surely. Nope, misses the shot and gets taken down there by Ofnu. So not a hugely bad result. They lost 2 there, Chiefs. But Zeusy picks up that AWP, takes one down. Ofnu is taken down by Dev. But now it's all up to Zeusy, really, with that AWP. Nova is there with the Tech 9, but he's not going to be able to do a huge amount from where he's playing. Gets mollied out as well. Zeusy was on 1 HP for a very long time, but PeetyG takes him down and gets rid of Nova. And again, another round going in the favor of Avant. And this is honestly a lot, not as... I mean, it's more one-sided than we had have expected.
Oh, definitely. I think Avant playing this superbly. I mean, 8-0 to Chiefs right now. Sorry, to Avant. And it's great play. The double AWP still coming out. Lightstep going on the AWP instead of Dizzy, so we'll see what he does with that. Yeah,
interestingly, Dizzy, I mean, he was the player of the day, I guess, yesterday for Chiefs, but Lightstep, the one going to be taking that AWP away, and, well, we will see what they can do here. Avant taking a little bit of damage in that mid. I think that was Dev trying to trade with someone there, but ended up taking himself down to 11. Ofnu is tagged up to 86, but really the player of the day now for PeetyG. Going to take 1 kill down onto Dizzy Life, and that's not good for Chiefs again. Losing that entry frag, and a 4v5 situation trying to get into a site is just not fun at all, and it's something that Chiefs have had to do quite a few times this map, and well, Nova picks up 1, so it's back to a 4v4, but if they hadn't have lost a player there, it would have been a 4v5 and in their favor. So, these are the things that they need to work on, and Nova gets taken down there by Haz. I think Chiefs really just playing a little bit too slowly. They keep getting picked off one by one, and Sheep doing a fantastic job here as well with that AWP as we speak. But yeah, what do you think? Like, I think Chiefs probably just need to try and speed up their game, get into those sites while they still have 5 alive, instead of getting picked down so slowly here. Haz and Chris going to be trying to defend that site from Ofnu, who has got the bomb, and it's a 2v1 here for Ofnu. Certainly doable, double AWP, and they could get punished for that, but yeah, you would probably back, you'd back Avant here, and 9-0, and you can hear the cheers once again.
So, yeah, Chiefs are sort of coming in one at a time to a lot of these sites, and against the double AWP, they're both setting up in different angles, and just sort of picking them off as they walk through. I mean, they're not looking particularly good. Even DevK has been setting up in mid and watching for that boost over the box and been picking up a headshot a couple of times there on light step as he's tried to peek over. And so they've been getting a lot of early frags against them, and it's just not helping them.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. We're going to have light step getting boosted up there onto the boxes. Oh, no, that wasn't light step. That was Dizzy Life, I think. Must have misread the name. But Ofnu has been tagged down quite a lot. And Dizzy Life, yeah, you can see up on that boost spot. Sheep going to be playing quad once again, spamming into Squeaky with that AWP. It looks like Chiefs once again playing very slowly, are heavily tagged already. So, well, I mean, it's not working out so far for them, and they haven't really tried to change up their strategy or anything like that. They always spread out and always take too much damage before they even get in. But finally, they find the first frag of the round. Dizzy Life playing so patiently up there on the boost spot. Is he going to be able to do anything here, though, heading into the A site?
Yeah, I mean, they are holding this pretty well, but yeah, again, Chiefs just taking it so closely. You can see Zeusi's been tagged down to 23 already and Ofnu down to 39, so it is a 4v4, but the definitely, 4v5, but Avant have a lot of health, and they've just picked up the kill on Dizzy.
Yeah, Has getting a nice shot there with his AWP on the B site. That was the lurker, so Sheep picks up another one on the A site. This is where the main push is coming. He picks up two with a fantastic wallbang coming out. And Sheep, I've got to say, he's impressing me at the moment. Chris picks up the fourth and the fifth as well. So again, Avant, just for some reason, Chiefs just do not seem to be very together at the moment. Something's not working for them.
I'm not sure, but was it Avant that picked this map, or was it Chiefs?
It was Chiefs, actually, who picked this map.
Yeah, so this is not going well for them. This is so one-sided at the moment. Avant are playing probably the best they've played as far as I've watched them for the past probably 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's great stuff from them, and we'll see how this double AWP strategy continues.
Well, it's worked out for them so far, and Has and Sheep have been hitting their shots, so certainly something that is going to continue there. We see Sheep picking up another one, and he's going to be looking down highway here. Should be able to pick up another one. Just misses the quick poke out there, but sort of spamming through that that flash. And again, I mean, a complete wipe for Chiefs. And well, I wonder what they're feeling like in their room of theirs. They're all, the doors closed and everything. They're completely isolated. There are a few spectators in there with them, but I haven't heard anything coming out of that room at all. So potentially feeling a little bit down, but they do need to turn this around. They do not want to get 16-0'd, which is definitely a possibility given the way that Avant is playing right now. Yeah,
I mean, Avant are just playing at the top of their game, and Sheep has been playing superbly, holding that A site, holding that angle that they use. They're actually going for a bit of a boost spike here, and a light step actually picks up the first kill that they need to push into the site. And they're just going to rush this in, which is probably the smart method.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we said. They needed to get into the site without losing too many players, and they've done so at the moment. But Dev picks up another one from behind. But honestly, that was the best round that we've seen coming out from Chiefs, and also the quickest round. So they've changed it up a little bit, and it has worked out for them. They've been mostly focusing on the A side as well, so perhaps caught Avant off guard there, but a nice nade coming out there from Chris does drop down Dizzy. And, well, the 2v2 again, and let's see if the Chiefs can clutch this one. They really, really need a round here. And I think Avant have spotted Zeusi there. Chris takes him down, and it's a 1v1 light step versus Chris. I don't think Chris has a lot of time to play with. He doesn't want to go down here, but he does. And light step manages to finally pick up a round for Chiefs.
Yeah, that was a much better round from Chiefs. They looked aggressive, and they looked like they had a plan. They got in there, got the 2 early kills, and they were able to set up a bit of a defense. Yes, it came down to the 1v1, but they outshot it.
Well, it was actually a 2v1 in that case, and Lightstep coming up with the goods. He's been a pretty decent player for Chiefs from what I've seen, and him and Zeusi, I think, are the two top players, and of course Dizzy Life without AWP as well is someone to watch. But Ofnu very experienced, and Nova very young as well. I think he's 16, I believe. That's what the manager told me. So they've got a lot of growing to do. Chiefs, one of the younger sides here. Well, actually probably the youngest side overall. A couple of older members, I believe Lightstep, the oldest one, but they certainly have a very young lineup and got a lot of growing room to do. And in 2 or 3 years, they could be the best side in Australia if they continue up, with this high level of play that they're going for. But yeah, they do need to kind of learn how to not choke on land. And I guess, well, this could be the start of the comeback for them if they can pick up the next round here. And well, one round on T side on Cash is not where you'd want to be. Certainly 11-4, probably not where you'd want to be either, but that's the best opportunity that Chiefs have got right now. Often pushing through the smoke is going to spot Chris, but is going to be taken down, only doing about 50 damage to Chris. So, well, again, Chiefs playing the slow game and losing that 1v1, and Unfortunately, it's going to be tough for them to get into this site. Has actually uncharacteristically missing an orb shot, misses 2 in a row. So this is an opportunity that Chiefs do not want to miss. Nova takes him down. He missed all 3 shots there. This is the entry that Chiefs needed, but Dev picking up a kill. Nova finally trades him out, though. And oh no, it looks like it's going to be down to Dizzy Life in a 1v2. And, well, they really should have made a bit more of an effort there after taking down Haz without him even picking anything up.
Geez, that was really uncharacteristic of him to miss those shots. He's normally so good with it, but I guess that's why you see Sheep being the main AWPer. And, you know, sometimes that's going to happen. I mean, you know, it's not always reliable using an AWP as a small base defense, but, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yep, so Dizzy going to be saving that AWP. They are going to be on eco minus that AWP. And, well, it's going to be tough again for Chiefs. Going to be fighting from behind once more. 12-1 now. We can see if Avant can take it to 14-1, which would, I guess, ensure them pretty much the game. Even this scoreline is very good for them at the moment. We'll see what Chiefs can do in this pistol round. They're going to be playing once again very slowly, very spread out. And I don't know if that's particularly the way you'd want to be playing in a pistol round. You want to kind of jump in there on the site, try and close the distance and get those headshots in. But not the way that Chiefs are opting to go for. Lightstep is tagged all the way down to 4 HP on that B site without really doing any return fire at all to Avant. PeetyG, I guess, tagged a little bit, but not really enough that they would want to be pushing onto that B site out of it.
Yeah, I just want to point out, if it was Chiefs that, if it was Avant that vetoed Mirage, that was a really, really smart move.
Yeah,
they've come onto this map. And even though this was Chiefs' pick, Avant have looked extremely dominant on it so far. We'll have to see if Chiefs have a better CT side prepared and whether they can pretty much reverse this. Because, again, this was very similar to the nuke scoreline we had last match between Vox and Immunity. Again, that map is very CT-sided, so we'll have to see how this goes for them.
Yeah, Zusi trying to get some work done here onto the A side. Does get traded out there by Dev, but Nova manages to pick him up. So has got the AWP in that truck area, but not going to be hitting too many shots. And, well, Dizzy Life popping out there with Pika's advantage is going to prove its worth there. And it's 2v2. And Chiefs having a pretty decent eco round, but, you know, you would put... Oh, Dizzy! I would have said, you know, Avant have picked up most of these clutch rounds that they had to, but now it's all down to PeetyG. He is one of their top players, of course, on Avant, and if there's anyone that you'd want to be clutching on your side, it would be him. But Dizzy Life, well, he picked up 4K with that AWP, and I guess it was worth it to save it in that last round. Yeah,
that was definitely a smart save last round. They just brought it right through back into this one, and just has missing more shots. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. We'll see whether he continues AWPing for the rest of this match. But, yeah, Chiefs pulling it back. They've got to do the last round right now and see how it goes.
I don't know. I mean, he was hitting his shots early in the rounds, but in those last 2 that we just saw, I think he probably missed all of them, which was pretty unfortunate for him because we were spectating him both of those times as well. So, yeah, a bit of a half-buy coming out here for Avant, and Offnu going to be taking advantage of that one, picking up the early frag. But is he going to find 2? Yes, he does. Offnu really has come up pretty big in this game as well, of being able to pick up a few entry frags. Just Chiefs haven't capitalized on it. Zusi, though, doing his best as well here to pick up another frag in there. And looks like the A site is going to be the Chiefs site. And Offnu finally a third. So Offnu is going to be, well, probably the MVP for this round. Picking himself up 30 kills. Can he find a 4th? PeetyG playing around with that Mag 7 is going to be taken down by Offnu, and that's 4 for him.
That's much better from Chiefs. They've looked more solid, again, pushing out. Dizzy with the AWP today has been so good, but Offnu, that round was the absolute hero, saving this one, 12-3.
Yep.
Again, 12-3 was the score we had last round with Vox, so we'll see if Chiefs can use this CT side and do the same that Immunity did last game. Yeah,
well, Immunity was playing on Nuke, which is probably a little bit more easy on the CT side than Cash is, but still Cash relatively CT-sided. So it's certainly something that Avant can easily pull through here, and Chiefs, they're going to have a lot of work to do if they want to come back into this map. But even if they do lose this map, they are, of course, going to be going over to Inferno, which is the second map, and definitely possible that they could pick up a win there, even though it is Avant's pick. And then if we do actually see Chiefs and Avant picking up one map apiece, we'll be going over to Dust, ever the favourite Dust, of course. We've seen it so many times this weekend, and well, we might potentially be seeing it a third time here, depending on how these guys play. Dizzy just going to be spamming there through the smoke. Not going to find a kill, though. Zusi picks up one, but Chris picks up one as well. So PeetyG holding here on the forklift is going to find a fight with Nova. The forklift, of course, one big metal model is going to not allow him to wallbang through that. Even with that block, he probably wouldn't have been able to wallbang anything anyway. But PeetyG manages to pick himself up too. Chiefs looking in a bit of a rye here, and well, I'll let you enjoy the screams from the Avant camp.
That was so important for Avant to hold off, because Chiefs, if they got that, they could have gotten a bit of a roll, see how it goes. But Avant now, they can probably pick up, 2-3 rounds and really get close to finishing that match off. It actually looked pretty good for Chiefs when they walked out, but then they just got immediately picked off. And Petey with the 3 frag looking great.
Yeah, well, you would expect here if Avant do pick this one up, we're going to see Chiefs go for a force buy so that they can even have a chance at winning the map. Probably don't want to be trying to force it into an overtime. So now see, this is Avant is playing a little bit faster than Chiefs and just getting more presence onto the sites. Chiefs were playing more of a pick-based game, but Chris, wow, what a shot coming out from that Tech 9 onto the man playing Squeaky. Dizzy Life taken down, and Chris is going to get control of Highway here. He's going to completely go underneath Nova and take him down from below. Offnu is doing a bit of damage, but he's probably not going to be able to do enough. Picks up one. Lightstep is taken down there by PeetyG, though. And it's a 1v4 situation for Chiefs. Offnu is going to do his best here. He doesn't have anything to lose, only has that USP, but trying to take on 4 rifles with 1 USP is not somewhere he would have wanted to find himself if he had the choice, and looks like he's just going to be backing off here. I mean, it probably was worth just going for it, really, in all honesty, but I guess just deciding not to.
Yeah, well, you saw the play there from Chiefs. The Avant. They knew they had the advantage, and they pushed forward really far into A main and looked towards that that angle that you get between that and just behind Squeaky, and they got that advantage and got Dizzy when he wasn't ready, and so it was a great early pick.
Yep, so the force buy, as expected, coming out here from Chiefs. A few smokes to work with, so they will be able to smoke off some of those entries to the sites, and they really have to win this round. Otherwise, if they do lose it, they're going to be on pretty much a full eco. And Avant going to be able to pretty much steamroll into their bases and, well, their bomb sites, rather, and take them down. Chris, of course, saving there with that Tech 9. I think he's probably saving up for an AWP for somebody on his team, unless it's a spectator glitch, which is entirely possible.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like Chris had a chance to buy a rifle that round, but he's stuck with the Tech 9 he had from last game. And will be interesting to see if he can get some picks with that and make its full use.
And Avant have got entry into checkers here. They're going to be checking out the vent. There's nobody in there, though, from Chiefs, and a lot of defense going to have to come out here from the Chiefs guys on site. Chris is trying to take down somebody there. I couldn't tell who the name was, but Nova picks one up, and Lightstep as well takes another one. So this is a potential win coming out here for Chiefs. Dev, though, trying to sort of stem the flow, and it takes down one as well with that grenade. Lightstep is going to be sitting here on, well, 18 HP on that site, and if he can pick up 1 frag, you would think he'd have done well, but he definitely probably needs a couple more if he wants to put this round in the favor of Chiefs. There are, of course, all the Chiefs guys around this site, but it looks like Dizzy Life going to be rotating back towards A. I think that's Dizzy Life. Is going to be rotating towards A anyway. And, whoa, Lightstep takes a shot at PeetyG, but doesn't manage to take him down, and Sheep ends up picking him up. Zusi is here in heaven. Dizzy Life going to be coming from main. They're probably going to both get smoked off here, but Logitech, honestly, this happens every time I cast an Avant game, even in League of Legends. And Zusi is taken down there by PeetyG, or should I call him Corsair? And Dev K also takes down one.
That was great play there. PeetyG picking up the final, and it looks like this game is just going to go into Avant's hands. I mean, they've looked extremely solid throughout this. They've gone back to getting the AWP, and, Chiefs really don't have a chance to win this one with a scout and a couple of CZs. It doesn't look good for them.
Yeah,
so hopefully they'll just get ready for the next round and maybe try and step themselves up a little bit, because it hasn't been look good on this map.
No, we're going to have to see Zusi coming up absolutely massive with that scout of his. Honestly, interesting. A lot of these teams tend to put the scout not onto their main AWP player. Zusi, obviously not the main AWP of Dizzy Life. And I think in Immunity, Sniper tends to be the one to pick up the scout as well, instead of Ricky, which is interesting to me, and must just be something that they like to do in the end. And anyway, a 1-for-1 trade so far going out between Avant and Chiefs. A rifle going to go over to Dizzy Life, so that's at least something for Chiefs to take heart about, but certainly still the odds are stacked against them. They do have 2 defuse kits as well, so they can play the time a little bit more if the bomb does end up getting planted. Dizzy Life going to be probably looking for a frag here. You wouldn't expect that Zusi is going to be able to hold too much off here at this A side unless he hits some mad headshots. He's going to have to go up against that AWP of Haz, so well, he's watching a highway at the moment, and they're actually all coming from main, so he does need to be careful that he doesn't let them into the site for free, but it looks like he's been kind of made aware of their presence by those smokes that have come out, and he's going to continue watching Highway. Oh, peeks away at just the wrong time, but Ofnu is there to save his butt, and Dizzy Life picks up one as well. So this could be a round for Chiefs, finally. We'll see. It's a 2v1. Has got the AWP, and is going to try and take on Zeusy, and ends up going down there to Zeusy. So, well, the scout buy working out, even though he didn't particularly do much with it. But Chiefs have finally taken a round on that terror side, losing 3 in a row and staying alive just when they had to.
That was a very, very strange eco-type round. They had the scout and actually didn't really make use of it. They sort of just kept the eye down Highway and didn't make any picks with it or anything. And it was just all pistol picks and getting some AKs onto their hands, and they used that effectively.
That is right. So, well, now the eco coming out here from Avant, and they have plenty of rounds to play with. So this should be a pretty standard round for Chiefs. You would hope that they're going to be able to make this 15-5 and at least show a bit of grit and take this game a little bit further in. But Avant going to do their best. Dev, ooh, almost hitting a deagle shot there. I'm sure that was very close to the head. I think that was of light step. I don't know, perhaps it was Dizzy Life. He seems to be the one playing in mid here. But Ofnu, I mean, he's been a pretty fantastic player for Chiefs at the moment. Zeusy going to be the first one here to pick up a kill, and a bit of a damage going over to Chris as well. He's very lit, so this could be another round for Chiefs, we would expect. But we will see. As we've said before, I mean, the eco rounds have been fairly successful, actually, for a lot of these teams. Vox picked up a few, and Immunity has also picked up a few, but doesn't appear that Avant is going to be able to do anything with theirs here and there. Again, playing slowly, and it appears, you know, to me that when you're playing slow, at least between these two teams, you're just giving away free kills a lot of the time, and no deaths on the side of Chiefs, so they're going to keep their economy pretty nice. But yeah, let's see what Avant is going to do. They do have enough to buy here, and are they going to just go for a quick entry into a side, or are they going to play slowly again and wait for some picks? Yeah,
it was an interesting play there from Avant. They just sort of try to use their pistols and try and see if they could get as much information as they can by just doing a couple of peeks, but it didn't work out for them. Zeusy getting a frag on, I can't remember who it was, but just getting that early pick just enabled them to just sort of play it at their own pace, and they just did that to the best of their ability.
Zeusy going to be spamming through the smoke there. We can't actually see his gun. Invisible gun glitch, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure it was an M4A1S, judging by the sounds that it was making. Sheep going to be heading over here towards the B side. It looks like the rest of Avant going to be following up there. I think he'll probably try and flash through that window there, as tends to be the strategy, but we'll see what Avant is going to be able to do here. The molly coming over that window, in fact, into the side, and Lightstep having to force a change in his position. Zeusy, though, is playing up here on Heaven. He's going to have a lot of the fragging power at the moment for Chiefs, and you would expect if he goes down first without taking down at least one or two, it's going to be Avant taking the site pretty freely. But yeah, we're going to wait now for the go signal for the Avant guys. Potentially just going to wait for PeetyG here to get into that vent and maybe make his way around, or if he's just going to wait in mid-area for some rotates. But now is the go time for Avant, and as we speak, Zeusy, with that all-important job, was taken down. Lightstep as well doesn't manage to pick up anything. Ofnu has taken 2 down, though, so at least there's that. It's a 3v3 situation here. Dizzy Life with the AWP is not going to be able to do too much from CT just yet. He has to get there very quickly. All the Chiefs guys going to be coming in here from the same angle. Is not a fantastic thing for them. It means Avant don't have to check all the angles, but doesn't appear that Avant are aware of what's happening. Nova has found himself all the way out here onto Heaven, which is a pretty decent spot for him. Nova, oh no, Ofnu gets taken down there by Dev, and Nova doesn't do anything there, and Dev and PeetyG pick up the final 2 kills, and that's 16 and 5 going over to Avant on that first map.
That was really, really solid performance from Avant. That's the best they've looked for a long time, so we'll see how they go now that they're going to actually to their map, and you know, that was Chiefs' map, and they just got destroyed on it, which wasn't what you expect. Yeah, you would have expected them to pick up a few more than 5 rounds on that map, but unfortunately wasn't able to do that. And now Inferno going to be the map of choice for Avant, and we'll see how they do on that one. I would expect, you know, since they chose that map, they're pretty confident on it, and perhaps we won't even be needing to see Dust 2, which would be only the 2 maps, and then, you know, no best of 3, unfortunately, but would be putting Avant through to Immunity in the grand finals, and I think they look pretty happy with themselves walking past us here, and they are, yeah, definitely hyped up. PeetyG especially was going ballistic in that game, as of course you would have been able to hear. And yeah, well, they're going to go for a break, so I guess that means we're going to go for a break as well. Might catch up on some drinks and that sort of thing. And well, we'll be back soon with Chiefs and Avant, of course. My name is Elfish Guy. That is JB Gunslinger. You can find us later, and we'll be back soon.